is A, like that you can get up to alpha beta 3 beta n you can get. So the production, once you are going to get like this, we are going to reduce the production, that is A implies that is alpha A dash going to continue my production here, that is A dash implies beta 1 or beta 2. Beta 1 or these are the things I've done in the last class, all those things in the starting of your module, this one. Okay, so if you see in this particular case, this is what the two steps we will be looking in the left factoring. One common thing you need to get whenever the production arises, in this particular case you will not get any common thing. For example, if you see the production, A implies alpha beta 1 alpha beta 2 up to alpha beta n. So which is a common you are going to get here? Alpha you are going to get the common. So that I'm going to write alpha first. A dash is nothing but I'm going to continue my production in the A dash, which are the different things you got. That is beta 1, beta 2 up to beta n I'm going to get. In this particular grammar, we don't have any such cases common in this particular case. So what I am going to do in this particular case now? So I am going to tell here not required. In this particular case, for this particular grammar, we are not required. So this is what your step 2. That means that we have to get a common thing. I'll repeat once again. A implies alpha beta 1 alpha beta 2 alpha beta 3. Some common word you need to get, continuous series. So once you are going to get the continuous series only, we will be making use of your left factoring. Otherwise we will not make use of your left factoring in this particular case. Step 3, so find first and follow. So copy till 2 steps, we will move to the step 3. Okay, till step 2 you copy, complete it, so that we will solve the step 3. By writing, if you got any doubts, you can ask me. These are all those things in the beginning of your module 4 I have discussed. Same concept I have applied here. So question is, check whether the given grammar is LL1 or not with constructing the predictive parsing table, and the input they have given ID plus ID star ID. So question grammar they have given is this one, E implies. So for this one, whenever you are going to make use of which one, whenever we need to solve the predictive parsing table, we have to follow, these are the 5 steps to solve the problems. Okay, so complete till step 2. So after that we'll move to the step 3. Nothing new I have done. Previously whatever the thing I have discussed, same concept I am applying in this one. If you turn back your page also, same answer you will be getting. Once you completed step 2, just inform me. If I want to write here for the your understanding, I can write A implies A alpha or beta. This particular production, I am going to write A implies beta A dash. So A dash, I am going to continue my production. Alpha A dash or epsilon. This will be the format we will be using. Okay. By taking this two, we will be solving the problem. Left recursion. Once you completed step 2, just inform me. We will move to the step 3. ರಜಿತಾ,
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯೇನಮ್ಮ? ಹಳೇದೇ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು, ಹೊಸದೇನು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರೆಡಿಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಪಾರ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಹೊಸದೇ. ಸೊ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಹಳೇದು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇದು 2 ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಪು?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
Okay, completed. Once you completed, you just inform me. We will move to the step 3. First and follow also we have solved. These 3 steps we have solved in the previous class, all those things. Same thing we are applying here. New thing is we need to construct the predictive parsing table. That is important. I'll show you. Once you completed step 2, just inform me. For removing left factoring, these are the standard format I will be using. By seeing this format, we need to solve the problem. In this particular case, we don't have any common terms here. Once you completed, you just inform me. Shall I move to step 3? ಪ್ರಿಯಾಂಕಾ, ಪ್ರಿಯಾ DC, ಸಾಯಿ ಪ್ರತಿಮಾ, ಇನ್ನು ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಹೇಗೆ? ವರ್ಷ, ವಿವೇಕ್, shall I move to the step 3?
ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್.
Okay, we will move to the step 3. Step 3. First and follow also we know how to calculate. So first you have to see in the left part what are the non-terminals you got. E dash, T dash, F you will be getting. Okay. So what we have to calculate? We have to calculate first. We have to calculate follow. So we know first E will be getting open bracket and ID. Next is plus and epsilon. For T, same thing you will be getting with respect to E. For T dash, you will be getting star as well as your epsilon. For F, whatever the thing you will be getting with respect to E and T, you will be getting with respect to F. For the follow, we have for each thing we will be placing a dollar symbol. Along with the dollar, you will be having close bracket. So for E dash, you will be getting same thing. For T, you will be getting plus. Along with the dollar, you will be getting. You have to see whatever the previous you got E. Whatever E got you get, that is small bracket, you need to write it here. Previously back what you got the result, along with that you need to write it. So T dash also same thing. The F, once again I'll copy paste here, same thing. But one extra thing you will be getting here, which is that particular operator in the F. Along with this you will be getting star. Along with this you will be getting star. Remaining all those things, copy paste this one. So whatever this thing you got, I'm going to copy in your T. Okay, one extra thing I'm going to get it is T. In the F part you will be getting star. Remaining whatever the thing you will be getting in the back side, we need to copy paste that one. Okay. Next is step 4. This also is solved. Step 3, first and follow. Step 4. Predictive parsing table. This is very important. This is new now. Construct the predictive parsing table. So in this particular case, I am going to make use here. First, I am going to take it as what productions. First of alpha. Next, you will be getting parsing table entry. Parsing table entry. Don't write anything. Observe here how I am going to complete the table. See, in the production part, if you see the question, whatever the thing you are going to get the production, that is your production part here from your left recursion. Okay. First you got E implies TE dash. So in the once you are going to eliminate in the left recursion, no, that production you need to take it in your parsing table. I'll repeat once again. Whatever the production you have written in your step 1, so that particular productions I'm going to make is in your predictive parsing table. Which is the first productions here? That is E implies TE. Okay, that I'm going to put it here, production. Which is the next production you will be getting? That is second is E dash TE dash. So this is what your second production. Third production what you will be getting? That is with respect to epsilon you are going to get. So I am going to write it as what here? E dash implies epsilon. See, nothing I have done. If you look here, the grammar, first we have completed E, that's all. If you look here, the first you will be getting E implies TE. Okay, this is what the first. Second production you will be getting E dash implies T E dash. That is your second production. What is your third production? We have got epsilon. That is E dash implies epsilon. That is your third. That I have written here. Okay. Next, I am going to write with respect to T now. So T implies this one. Next, you will be getting T dash so next is epsilon we want. T dash implies epsilon.